I don't know about you, but I sure have a heck of a lot of crafting supplies. So, as you can imagine, my space, it's kind of a mess. But I think I had the most brilliant and practical idea, the answer to all of my problems. Drum roll, please. A wall organizer. For this DIY, you'll need some fabric, one for the main body of the organizer and another one for the pocket to create a cool contrasting effect. You'll also need scissors, measuring tape, a rod or wooden dowel to suspend the organizer by, any additional pegs, hooks and clips that you'd want to add to your organizer, some pins, a rope to hang it, and also your handy dandy sewing machine. Let's get right into the tutorial. Measure your main body piece to whatever size fits your space and then hem all of the sides and bottom with a double hem. So that means rolling over the edge twice and then sewing a straight stitch across it. For the top edge, we don't need to do this. We're going to make a pocket for the wooden dowel to pass through. So grab your dowel and then place it near the edge of the fabric. Fold over the edge so that it encloses the rod, making sure that the pocket is not too tight so the rod struggles to slide in and out, but also not too loose so that the rod easily falls out. Then we're going to pin it at this position, pull out the rod and sew it down. So now we have this little tube that the rod can slide in and out of. I didn't do a double hem at this point just because my material won't fray, but if yours does, you can definitely think about overlocking the edges or doing the double hem. Okay, now to start prepping the pockets. Cut all of the pockets to the relative sizes that you want. They can be any shape or size. I just went for different sized rectangles here, depending on what I thought I would store in this organizer. All of my DIY supplies. Then as you can see, my fabric frays a lot, so I'm just going to overlock all of the edges, but using an overlock stitch on my machine. You can also just use a regular zigzag stitch to do all of this. Then for the side of the pocket that's going to be left open, so basically the side that's not going to be sewn down, we want to just fold it over and then do a straight stitch across that so that the top of the pocket will be super neat. Once you've prepped all your pockets, it's time to position them on the backing fabric. Space them out however you want, and then pin them down into position, remembering only to pin down 3 of the 4 sides so that you still have a functional pocket. So next you're just going to sew all of those down on the 3 edges that you pinned. And basically you've already got a wall organizer. I just wanted to take the functionality of mine to the next level. So here's what I did. I added a couple of black fold back clips and a name badge with a clip to act as sort of a note-taking system. I sewed these down by hand, just going in and out of the fabric and then over the clips, as you'll see me doing here. For the name badge, I thought it was best to pass the thread between the 2 pieces of plastic where the name tag would normally go, and this held up pretty well. the very last thing to do is just to assemble the hanging portion. So I slid the rod back into position into that tube that we made earlier. Then I grabbed my rope and prepared to get knotty. So my rope was pretty long and I didn't want to cut it in half because I didn't want to deal with a lot of frayed edges and stuff. But if you do end up cutting yours in half, you can always just use a lighter to melt some of the edges and then re-secure them.
Okay, wait. Maybe don't do it like me. Because that was kind of chaotic.
So basically you just want to tie a knot at the end of the dowel to secure the rope to it. I ended up wrapping the rope around the dowel just a couple of times and then tying it again just to make sure that everything was super secure. Do this to both sides and then the project is complete. Let's see how it turned out. I'm super chuffed with how it came out. It's just so practical. I'm a big function over form gal, and this project has both. Let me know what other decor ideas you'd like to see me take on, or what you would have done differently to make the wall organizer even more useful. Until next time, keep it jazzy.